So it's easy just to see sumo wrestlers as some fat guys bouting route in some ring, but there's actually a lot more to it, and it's actually pretty cool I've come to discover. So I went to the Rigoku Sumo Stadium and got to see some of the matches. Let me tell you, I was actually pretty surprised how cool sumos really are. So sumo started as a sort of Shinto ritual, and you'll see all the various things that they do in it are really just coming from the ritual itself. So to start off with, you've got this big ring in the middle of a stadium. I mean, obviously the original Shinto thing didn't have a stadium, but you know, it's sort of evolved over time. The sumo fight one bout each day against a predetermined person in order to see who's the best, essentially. So there's a lot of setup before they even start the bout. First, they'll do a lot of stretches and things in order just to get ready. They'll also throw salt onto the field in order to purify it. They'll stare each other down in order to try and psych each other out. Now, there's no real way that it officially starts. The two sumo just sort of decide, okay, this time, we're going. So that means it can be quite a while before they actually start. Alright, they're about to start. They're looking at each other, getting ready. They're gonna... Oh, no, actually, he needs to get more salt. I'm sorry. There's various officials that set up around this ring, but the main guy is the Gyoji. He's the guy you see in the middle there. Essentially, it's his job to decide who won, although there are 5 other officials that can come in to dispute the results. There's also various sweepers around the ring because those sumos love to throw their salt. Guys, sweep it up. Finally, there's also an announcer guy called the Yobidashi. Essentially, he says what happened, what move that the sumo used and who won. And this guy does not have a mic, he just straight up shouts across the entire stadium. It's crazy. Now the sumo wrestlers themselves vary in size. There's no real defined weight you need to be. Theoretically, you could be skinny in a sumo wrestler. However, when 2 guys crash together, you want to have a lot of weight behind you in order to not just fall over or something. And not all of it is fat, they've actually got a lot of muscle under there because they go through serious, grueling exercises in order to stay on top of their game. The sumos live together in stables, and they sort of just hang out like a family, doing exercises together and eating. You will notice that there are some foreign sumo wrestlers, but of course they're not very common, and most of them are Japanese. Now if you want, you can go to see them exercise at these stables, although you'll probably have to call ahead in order to get in. Now the bouts themselves actually are generally not too long. They could be just a few seconds or a few minutes if it really goes on, but generally it's going to be over by half a minute. There's basically 2 ways that the sumo is going to lose. Either they step out of the ring or they touch the ground with something that's not the bottom of their feet.
Enough talk. Let's sumo.
So here you can see one of the boards that they use in order to keep track of who's going against who. The red lights up if the sumo won. As the day goes on, higher and higher ranked sumos are going to face each other. there's a halftime sort of show in order to separate the rookies from the pros. What's really cool about after halftime is you start to see these cash prize bouts where there's sponsors betting on the bouts on who's going to win or not. Whoever wins gets a big wire cash right then and there, no strings attached. So watching sumo can be an all-day event. It's really cool once you get to the end because, you know, there's a lot at stake here with the biggest guys going up against each other. Here I'm showing you the final bout. It's all been leading up to this. Oh, you can see it was a misstart. That can happen sometimes. So it only creates more tension when that sort of thing happens. Alright. There's a lot of waiting just to see when they're going to go against each other. It was a quick match, but it was actually a surprise ending because the unexpected guy won. And everyone throws the cushions that they've been sitting on all day. This guy's big wad of cash. And that's another day of sumo done. To signify the end of the day, they swing this stick around and you leave. So you really have to go there in order to experience how awesome it is, but trust me, sumo wrestling is so cool. I never thought I would actually like something like this, but it's really quite the experience. Maybe I'll be a sumo wrestler. No. Maybe?